The question I get asked the most, when I mean the most, I get asked from my brother the most, is how to cook a perfect scallop. I'm just trying to get some like feedback of what I can help people with, you know, what they don't know how to make. And a lot of it is scallop. My brother's always like, dude, do a scallop video. Do like how to do a perfect pan sear on a scallop. So I'm about to myth bust how to get the perfect sear on a scallop the right way. And this is the only way. There are a million different ways, like don't touch the pan. Don't use a non-stick pan. That's all hogwash. There is a way to do this. There is a way to get that perfect, crispy, golden brown sear, and I'm gonna show you. Let's get into it. So first thing we're gonna do is get our scallops. These are U15 diver scallops. And as you can see, they usually come wrapped in plastic or wrapped in parchment paper, and take them out, pat them dry, put them on a paper towel, put them in your fridge for about 3 hours before you're gonna cook them, and they get nice and dry. So they get that really good sear on them. And we're also gonna, while we're doing it, make a little pan sauce. So when you try this at home, you can have a little pan sauce to go over rice, pasta, whatever you want, or just eat it like this. But before we get into it, let's get our accoutrements ready for our pan sauce. So we're gonna do like a caper brown butter lemon sauce. All right, so you cut your ends off, then you're gonna wanna take your rind off. So you start at the top, so you kinda gotta feel with your knife and just kinda go this and then start turning it. Start turning towards the bottom and kinda angle in. Shaving the top off, hitting that citrus part, and then angle in, and then just keep doing that all the way around. This is where you make a supreme. We took all that pith off, we took all that rind off, and you're gonna see these little sections right here, your little segments right here. See this little white part? This little white in between each segment? You wanna kinda go right up against that at an angle, because you're angling in to the shape of your citrus. And then once again, on the other side, that little white line, cut right there, angle in, and there is your beautiful, delicious supreme. Very fancy French word for citrus segments without pith on them. So we're doing some supremes. Look at that, beautiful. So then you can just go really fast, but be careful, you will cut yourself, because I've done it before, a long time ago. All this leftover, just kind of like squeeze all that in there, because we're gonna use that juice to deglaze our pan for our pan sauce for our scallops. Let's get our pan for our scallops smoking hot, like really, really hot. So for that, you're gonna wanna use like a neutral oil, but you can use avocado oil, you can use rice bran oil. So I'm gonna use rice bran oil. Let's get this cat on. A lot of people say you don't wanna use a nonstick pan. I don't know why people say that. You can use a nonstick pan, you can use whatever you want, as long as it is smoking hot. That is the key to perfect scallops. It has to be smoking hot. Let's get some neutral oil in. Let's season our scallops up. Always season from up high, so it kind of floats down on it. A little more seasoning on the other side. Always season both sides of all your fish, your scallops, whatever it is, season both sides. Now, we're gonna go in with our scallops. All I'm doing is kind of putting them in and just pressing them down so they make contact with the pan. Get your scallops in there, let them get a good sear on them, and then we're gonna pick them up, we're gonna do a quarter turn, and we're gonna re-rest them in the pan on the oil. That's how you get no little white or blonde spots. You wanna pick it up, you're gonna turn it, and you're gonna re-rest it. But we're gonna let this kind of cook for a little bit, let it develop an initial sear, and then we're gonna pick it up, turn it, and it's gonna re-rest. And basically the protein, the scallop, is gonna here's the pan. Let's pretend this is the pan. The scallop is hitting it right now, has the oil underneath, it's hitting it, it's cooking, and it's not even. Like there's parts of it that aren't hitting the pan right. So you pick it up, you turn it, you get some oil going underneath of it, and then you re-rest it, and it re-rests on the pan and gets that perfect sear. I'm gonna just press down a little bit, press down. All right, we're getting a good sear. We're gonna pick them up. We're gonna do a quarter turn. We're gonna re-rest them. We're gonna pick them up, do a quarter turn, let that oil get underneath of it, re-rest it. So this seems to be hotter down below right here, even though this is an induction pan. So I'm gonna move my ones that still have that little bit of blonde. I'm gonna move them right here. It seems like they're searing better right here. So picking up, re-resting, boom. This guy's almost already done right here. So I'm gonna move him to the cold spot. Look at that perfect golden brown. That is how you sear a scallop. They say 90% one side, 10% the other. So I'm gonna kiss the other side, kiss the other side. Those are coming out. They're gonna rest for a minute. Perfectly seared scallops. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that golden crisp color. And this is how you get that perfect golden color. Everything I just taught you is how you make your scallops look like they came from a 3 Michelin star restaurant. So these are amazing. These are perfect. We're letting them rest for a second. And now let's start our pan sauce. So we have our oil in our pan. This is gonna be really quick. We're gonna go in with shallot, garlic, capers, butter, 2 tablespoons of water. The reason I'm adding water is so the garlic and shallots don't burn, but also it's gonna help this butter kind of emulsify. It's gonna eventually break, and that's what we want, because we want the butter to brown and break up a little bit, but the water kind of makes it more of a sauce. It kind of like makes everything chill out and kind of spreads out in the pan and kind of makes this into an actual sauce. Back in with our scallops. We're gonna kind of baste our scallops in this sauce. And right at the end, we're going in with our lemon juice from our Supremes, and then our Supremes right in. The scallops are gonna finish cooking in this sauce. We're just gonna add some real quick little parsley to it. This is one of those things that you can do so quickly. All over your scallops. I got some nice Aleppo pepper. Aleppo's not hot. You're not gonna burn anybody with this Aleppo pepper, but it's got like this kind of sweetness to it too, and it adds a lot of flavor to any sauce or anything you're kind of cooking, especially meats and seafood. So I'm gonna season a little bit of salt. So we have our beautiful scallops. It's sitting in that sauce, came up to nice medium rare. Look at that. Come on. At the end, I saved some Supremes to garnish at the end. I'm a big fan of tearing parsley. We don't need to get too fancy with this one. We're just gonna tear some parsley. Even though there's parsley in it, it just adds a little dimension to have that freshness right up top, and then a little more fresh Aleppo over the dish. There you go. This is an unbelievably easy, but super, super tasty pan-seared scallop and pan sauce. All right, let's try this perfectly pan-seared scallop. And I'm not just saying that, you can see this. This is a perfectly pan-seared scallop. So, dig right in. Look at that perfect medium rare. That's what you want. You want to see a tiny bit of translucence, almost like a rainbow color right there. That is perfectly cooked scallops. Let's get a little of that sauce on there. So it's perfectly seared, has that wonderful ocean kind of just sweet flavor of the scallop. That citrus comes right in there, the brininess of the capers, that butter, a little hit of that Aleppo. Everything just completely combines to make this such a fun, easy dish that you like have to try. Everybody always says try this at home. I say it all the time too, try this at home. But this is one of those things that try this, do exactly how we talked about earlier, and you will have like a gourmet dish, a Michelin star level dish at your house within minutes. Super easy, super simple, super delicious. Hey guys, Brad Miller here. Thanks so much for watching my recipe videos. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and it keeps me making these really fun videos for you guys, because that's honestly what I love to do. I love making really fun recipe videos for all you guys. So like, subscribe, and hey, comment below and let me know what you guys want to make, what you guys think. Just keep rocking and rolling with it.